Good afternoon, everyone. Please be seated. I'm Don Tapscott, and I'm the Chancellor of Trent University and a proud graduate of this great institution. And my notes here say, good morning, everyone, and thankfully I recovered from that. Although this is the last convocation of the year, 2019, and it does feel a little bit like Groundhog Day, so it could be the morning easily for me. Seriously, I'm delighted that you're all here today, and this is a very special day for all of the graduates. Like you, I'm a graduate of Trent University, and like you, I took the road less traveled, and it has made all the difference. And for all of us, a river has run through it. I'm thrilled to be able to share this moment with you. So heartfelt congratulations to all of our graduates on reaching this important milestone. I now declare Convocation open.
Good afternoon. My name is Leo Rourke. I'm the 8th President and Vice Chancellor of Trent University, and it's my honor and privilege to welcome you here today. I want to begin, as we always begin at Trent University, by respectfully acknowledging that we are on the treaty and traditional territory of the Mississauga Anishinaabe. We offer our gratitude to First Peoples for their care for and teachings about our earth and our relations. May we honor those teachings. I would like to preface the ceremony, let me put it that way, with some comments about the kind of ceremony it is. And I would say on the one hand, it is a serious, formal ceremony. It recognizes the accomplishments of our graduates, and maybe it's especially significant and formal given that these are the graduates from graduate programs at Trent University this year. At the same time, I want to say that Convocation is intended to be a celebration. It's a party. It's a party we are hosting to celebrate the successes of our students and this afternoon, the installation of a new chancellor. With that in mind, I want to begin this convocation by giving you permission, not that you need it, but giving you permission to be loud, to applaud, to embarrass the people walking across the stage if you so desire, okay? That you're part of the Trent family and this is a family party. If I think about what we're looking for, especially with the installation of a new chancellor, we're kind of looking for a cross between a coronation, you know, and all the solemnity and seriousness between that and a Raptors basketball game. So I count on you to find the balance and the right moments. I will mention, you may have noticed, and there's a story to this, that some of the footwear being worn today is not what you would expect from a formal party at Convocation. And I'm just going to let you observe that, and we'll come back to that later. There is a reason for it. So let me officially welcome, first of all, our graduates from the School of Graduate Studies. And as I said, these students represent the highest academic achievement at Trent University. If I could go back to the basketball analogy, these are the Kawhi Leonards of Trent University. I want to welcome your families, your spouses, your partners, and friends to today's ceremony. I know that some of you come from close by, others from across Canada, and some of you from around the world. If you are here today, you are part of the Trent family. I also want to do a shout out to those people watching us on the World Wide Web from probably around the world. Thank you for being with us. You are also part of the Trent family. I would note we are especially honored, this is a very special convocation, to have the Eagle staffs here today from both Curve Lake First Nation, carried by Jack Hogarth, and Hawaiiatha First Nation, carried by Elder Tom Cowie. You may have noticed that they led the procession in, and they will lead us out at the end of this ceremony. The Eagle staffs are here for one of the most significant ceremonies at the university, and that is the installation of a new chancellor. Their presence honors and recognizes the relationship Trent University has with each of these First Nation communities, who will honor and welcome the new chancellor today. I want to thank Mr. Hogarth and Mr. Cowie for being here with the Eagle staffs. Chi Miigwech. I would also like to recognize and extend an especially warm welcome to some special guests. Andy Mitchell, the mayor of Selwyn Township, is here. Dr. Keith Knott, the former chief of Curve Lake First Nation and an honorary degree recipient from Trent University, and Dr. David Holdsworth, who is here representing the University of Western Ontario, or as it's now known, Western. Let me end my remarks by saying to our graduates that today you are not leaving the Trent community, but rather extending your deep connections to Trent as you join a prestigious alumni family which includes famous authors, scientists, artists, religious and political leaders, as well as teachers, researchers, medical practitioners, and all around good citizens. I believe that Trent has prepared you well for the exciting and challenging adventures that lie ahead. Mr. Chancellor, it's now my pleasure to announce that Professor Craig Brunetti, the Dean of Graduate Studies, will now present candidates for admission to the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Arts, and Master of Science. As Professor Brunetti reads the names, they will cross the stage to be congratulated by the Chancellor, then myself, and then will be welcomed into the Trent alumni family by Jess Grover, President of the Trent University Alumni Association.
Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor, that they may receive the degree at your hands. To recognize the fact that these students have achieved the highest academic degree awarded and are now eligible to become professors, after they cross the stage, they will join the faculty section and sit with them for the remainder of the ceremony. Melanie Rose Marie Boudreau. Ho Yi Kitty Chung. Lauren Elizabeth Dares. Stephanie Dotto. Katie Victoria Green. Lauren Ann Hill. Kingsley Garrett Hurlington. The Governor General's Gold Medal is awarded to the student who achieves the highest academic standing at the graduate level. Graduate Supervisor Veronica Hollinger and the Chancellor will now present the Governor General's Gold Medal to Maritz Andre Ingversen. Demetrios Theophanis Kilakaragas. Matthew R. Lalico. The President's Medal rewards academic excellence and achievement at the graduate studies level. Graduate Director Marcel Dorkin and the Chancellor will now present the President's Medal to Von Mengel. Patrick O'Brien. Nick Cornelius Overden. Sarah Jean Piper. Amani Khalil Roslin. Bayan Hussein M. Sayer. Laura Christine Thursby. Please join me in congratulating the graduates who have received the Doctor of Philosophy degree. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree of Master of Arts candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of this honor, that they may receive the degree at your hands. The President's Medal rewards academic excellence and achievement at the graduate studies level. Graduate Supervisor Brian Palmer and the Chancellor will now present the medal to Sean Paul Antaya. Robert Arkell. Sabrina Laura Arnold. Marilyn Forrester Burns. Alexander Eugenio Campanolo. Lee Dylan Campbell. Jessica Ann Carter. Mariana Castelli Rosa. Kai Lun Chung. Samantha Holly Cunningham. Got it. Ulrike Elizabeth Fleiser. Sophie Goldberg. Natalie Shuyetsky. Francesca Marie Langbeck. Demi Lynn Matthias. Faith Moisije. Michael Obi. Michael Packing. Carly Adele Robertson. Candace Emily Snowden. Lindsay Faye Marie Thackeray. Kimberly Diana Young. Chantel Peterson Green, posthumous degree, presented to members of her family. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of Master of Arts degree. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree of Master of Science candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of this honor, that they may receive the degree at your hands. Marcela Verganza Tejada. Vicky Valeniak. Catherine Annette Boyle. Eric Bridle. Jeanette Fabiana Buckley. The President's Medal rewards academic excellence and achievement at the graduate studies level. The Chancellor will now present the President's Medal to A.W. Jeffrey Crane. Latha Sankirthana Dodagala. Say Previn Durasetti. Suchita Ganka. Samantha Adriana Grant. Michelle Susan Hisson. Kai Zing Zhai. Mahak Kalsi. Crystal Kelly. Edgar Kacharayan. Joshua Jeffrey Knoxshed. Elena Claire Kunder. Anshuman Kush. Scott Lum. Yao Yun Luau. Verinder Kumar Maini. Puvendra Kumar Mishra. Alexander Lawrence Mayette. Anastasia Helene Napodiak. Maria O'Sullivan. Augustine Owusu Ansah.
Just the writing.
Okay. Bahir Pirzada. Samiko Chrysantha Palaco. Navitha Raju. Holly Josephine Reed. Myrnis Solkich. Raul Santhmeyer. Carlone Scott. Tina Marie Sloan-White. Oliver Kenneth Luke Strong and friend. Swami Devang. Lisa Morgan Tejpar. Ronnie Robert Thomas. Prasad Vaidya. Nithin Balaji Venkatanaranian. Catherine Ann Visenyi. Simone Elise Williams. Taylor Allen Williams.
This is the last one.
Abby Winia. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of Master of Science degrees. Mr. Chancellor, I now call upon Professor Kathy Bruce, Dean Education, Teaching and Learning, to present candidates for Master of Education degrees.
Mr. Chancellor, I'm pleased to present for the degree of Master of Education candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor, that they may receive the degree at your hands. Emma Jane Chittick. Cameron Dor Martin. Warren.
Oh, shoot me in the head.
Alexia Efstrasiou. Kathleen Maria Katic. Jennifer Kurzweil. Richard Curtis McPherson. Peter F. Mullins. Elizabeth A. Needham.
That's the last one.
Brianne Sarah Peters. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of Master of Education degrees. Mr. Chancellor, I ask you to confer degrees in absentia on candidates whose names are before you and who are unable to be with us today. Professor Craig Brunetti, Dean of Graduate Studies, will now recognize an individual receiving a very special honor.
Mr. Chancellor, Emeritus is an honorary title given to professors upon their retirement from the university. Mr. Chancellor, I ask you to confer the title of Professor Emeritus upon Professor Joan Sangster of the Gender and Women's Studies Department. President Leo Groark will now introduce a very special and important part of our program, the installation of the 12th Chancellor of Trent University.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to begin by recognizing a special guest who's joined us for the installation, and that is Dr. Tom Simons, the founding president of Trent University, which was founded in 1964, is here for this ceremony. Could I have a round of applause for Professor Simons? There you are. A chancellor is the ceremonial head of Trent University. They are responsible for conferring degrees and diplomas at the university's convocation ceremonies. A chancellor also presents the university at external functions at other universities and organizations. But what a chancellor is usually best known for is for enhancing the life of the university by applying their own special talents and interests. As you can see from the list of chancellors in your program, Trent has a legacy of distinguished individuals fulfilling this role throughout its 50-year history. Our outgoing chancellor, Don Tapscott, has been the first alumnus to hold this distinguished role at Trent. During the past 6 years, he has performed the role of chancellor with dedication and passion, and we did some rough calculations just to get a picture of this. I'd note he has presided over 47 convocation ceremonies, and he has congratulated about 7,250 students who graduated from Trent at that time. Don is also a sort of a digital expert, so we like to say he's also taken selfies with 1,256 of those students. At the same time, he has presided over some important celebrations and expansions at Trent, the 50th anniversary celebrations, the opening of the Student Center, and the reopening of the Battle Library. He has hosted student events, alumni gatherings, and championed Trent in all parts of the world, speaking on innovation, media, and the economic and social impact of technology. He ended every convocation by encouraging the new graduates to remain involved with Trent and live a life of consequence. As his second term as Chancellor comes to an end, please join me in thanking Don Tapscott for all he has done as the 11th Chancellor of Trent University. We're going to soak it up, Don. We'll soak it up. Mr. Chancellor, I now call upon you to introduce, as the next Chancellor of Trent, your Trent classmate, Dr. Stephen Stone.
Well, it's a delight and a great privilege for me, and I really mean that, to introduce to you the next Chancellor of Trent University. It's a delight for many reasons. One of them is that I met Stephen Stone in 1966, and we became good friends. and have kept in touch throughout this entire period. Stephen is, this is going to take a minute because this is really impressive, okay? Stephen is a well-respected entertainment lawyer. He's a winning producer, songwriter, and author who's enjoyed an outstanding career in the entertainment industry. And he graduated from Trent in 1969 with a degree in philosophy and economics. Stephen is the executive producer of the Degrassi television series, which is available worldwide in over 140 countries and 17 different languages. For nearly 20 years, he was the executive producer of the Juno Awards, Canada's big music awards show, and he was also the director and the chair of the Canadian Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences. As an entertainment and copyright lawyer, and a good one, I know that, Stephen is a founding partner of the entertainment law firm Stowe, Hay, Cafazzo, Dembrowski, Richmond, LLP. Repeat that, please, everyone. Stephen has also been an active lobbyist for reform of Canada's copyright laws and was instrumental in creating the Songwriters Association of Canada, which is a very important organization in this country. As an attorney, he's represented some of the most talented and successful artists this country has produced in the last 30 years, helping to guide their careers to international success. Stephen's also an artist himself. In fact, we hung out in a band for a while. And as a songwriter and performer, he's most recently an author. He co-wrote the opening theme music for Degrassi, The Next Generation, and 2 of his songs have reached the Canadian top 10. Stephen recently published his autobiography, co-written with fellow Trent student Christopher Ward, who was also in our class. And it's entitled Whatever It Takes, Life Lessons from Degrassi and Elsewhere in the World of Music and Television. And it's a great read. Stephen has also been nominated 28 times in Canada's National Television Awards ceremony, the Canadian Scream Awards, formerly known as the Gemini Awards, and he's won 14 times. He's also won the prestigious Peabody Award and has been inducted into the Canadian Music and Broadcast Industry Hall of Fame. In 2007, the Trent University Alumni Association presented Stephen with a Distinguished Alumni Award for his contributions to the creative and cultural life of Canada. And in 2015, he received an honorary degree from Trent. And I was delighted to confer that. Stephen has also been influential in Trent's I would say, continuing success. As a student, he co-founded Trent's student newspaper, Arthur, as well as Trent Radio, both of which still exist today, and are known throughout the campus and even the Peterborough community. Stephen continues to demonstrate his passion, I would say, for these 2 organizations through his giving, and he remains available to both organizations as a mentor. Stephen and his wife, Linda Schuyler, have hosted numerous events at Epitome Studios and at their home, bringing together Trent alumni and donors. And you're very fortunate if you got to attend one of those. In 2015, Stephen served as alumni in residence at Trent, participating and mentoring Trent students in workshops and seminars. And as part of this residency, he also interacted with members of the Peterborough community through public presentations and drop-in functions. This is very significant. Stephen is a philanthropist, and his support for Trent has been key in the development of several projects, including $1 million a gift towards the new Student Center, in which Stone Hall, the lecture hall, stands as recognition of his enormous generosity. So, Stephen overall has demonstrated a deep affection for Trent, and in particular for extracurricular and cultural aspects of the educational experience. He will be an outstanding chancellor, and I say that with no reservation, and I wish him all the best as he performs this important role.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. The role of a chancellor is centered around interactions with the students of the university. As a symbol of this important relationship, the president of the Trent Central Student Association, Anne Magella McKelvey, will administer the oath of office to Chancellor-elect Stephen Stone.
Dr. Stephen Stone, please repeat these words after me. As Chancellor of Trent University,
As Chancellor of Trent University,
I, Stephen Stone,
I, Stephen Stone,
pledge to keep and preserve,
pledge to keep and preserve
well and faithfully, the statutes,
well and faithfully the statutes,
the liberties and values,
the liberties and values,
and the traditions and rights of Trent University,
and the traditions and rights of Trent University,
and the university's well-being,
and the university's well-being,
and that of its members,
and that of its members,
so far as I am able.
so far as I am able.
Dr. Stone, on behalf of the Senate of Trent University, I declare you duly installed as Chancellor of the University. I invest you with that authority and charge you with the responsibilities of that high office. Congratulations. As part of the ceremony, we will now ask representatives of different sectors of the university to divest the old chancellor and invest the new chancellor with the honorary robes of office. I call upon Mr. Stephen Kiley, chair of the Trent University Board of Governors, and Ms. Jess Grover, president of the Trent Alumni Association, to divest Chancellor Tapscott of his robes. Whoa. To invest, pardon me, the notes, to invest our new chancellor with his robes. Oh. Sorry, there's so many chancellors here, it's very confusing. I now call upon Mr. Nick Ryan, president of the Trent Durham Student Association, Professor Emeritus Harry Kitchen, and Ms. Sandra Claymet Gesson, president of the Trent Graduate Student Association, as representatives of the students and faculty to invest Chancellor Stone with his robes and hat. Please welcome Dr. Stone as the 12th Chancellor of Trent University. Mr. Chancellor, it's now my privilege to invite you to address Convocation.
Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the graduating class, members of the board, faculty, family, friends, and thank you, Ann Magella, Stephen, Jess, Nick, Harry, and Sandra. When President Gore called to ask if I would consider becoming Chancellor, and it only took a nanosecond for me to say absolutely yes, he also then asked me to think of an initiative, a kind of central theme that I might like to pursue as Chancellor. Now, it's still early days, really early minutes, and we've barely started meetings and discussions, but here's what I'm thinking. It's called A New Hope. The next 10 to 20 years are going to be tumultuous. The world is not just changing all around us, it's changing at a rapidly accelerating pace. Whether we're talking about environmental change with climate at its core, or technological change with artificial intelligence at its core, or social change with isolation and divisiveness at its core, and democracy under threat. The world in the coming years is going to become almost unrecognizable. Now, that could be a very good thing. It could be a very bad thing. Probably it will be both. Regardless, the ability to respond effectively in the face of these massive changes is going to require a certain kind of mind, a certain kind of heart, a certain kind of soul, a certain kind of citizen. And that's where you come in. A New Hope isn't about me, it's about you. You are the new hope. Everyone in the Trent University community, but particularly the students and you, newly minted Trent alumni. You are the new hope. Back in the day when Trent was founded and I was a student here, we thought it was our mission to save the world. It was the mid-1960s and there was a tragic and seemingly intractable war in Vietnam. Segregation was still rampant in the United States and elsewhere, and sexual freedom and the feminist wave were just starting to surge to prominence. And all across North America, students were demonstrating and protesting, some of them even dying, in support of a new order. Well, we students of the 60s did make somewhat of a difference, but we sure as heck did not save the world. Look around us. The world needs saving more now than it ever has. So now it is up to you to really save it. And you are up to the task. In particular, you are uniquely up to the task because you are now alumni of Trent University, which to this day is carrying out the founding principles set back when by Trent's first president, Tom Simons, that to challenge the world requires education, but not just any education. Rather, education which trains us to be adaptable and flexible and to think in new and innovative ways. That's the secret sauce of Trent University, and you reach it by a multidisciplinary approach to learning. That's the Trent system. As it was for me back in the 60s, what I have come to realize is that the degree being conferred on you today is not just a degree. It is a confirmation of a life and learning experience that is unique. Many other students will be graduating this month from various colleges and universities in Canada and elsewhere in the world. But the degree you are receiving today is unique because Trent University is unique. The Trent system encourages and stimulates different thinking patterns, evolving from a variety of different areas of study and of extracurricular activities. And in that former regard, I majored here at Trent in a combination of philosophy and economics, two disparate fields whose language and thought patterns are in many ways polar opposite. but combined together in the unique Trent sauce, turned out to be an incomparable foundation for a career as a lawyer, an entertainer, and a producer. I benefited greatly from that approach, and you have benefited greatly from it also, even if you aren't consciously aware of it. What do I mean when I call you a new hope? Not that you need to do anything spectacular like inventing cold fusion or solving climate change or bringing peace to the Middle East. Rather, in our everyday lives, using the skills we have learned here at Trent to face and embrace the challenges which will absolutely arise over the coming decades, not in anger, not in frustration, not with rigidity, not by saying, well, that's the way it's always been done, but rather with the agility, the flexibility, the curiosity, the openness, and the compassion that have been fostered within you each and every day here at Trent. And if each of us can, even just a little bit, work those qualities into our everyday lives and relationships and interactions, then together we can be a powerful influence, a movement towards saving a world that must be saved. I talked about the formal side of learning, highlighted by the multidisciplinary approach. The other side of Trent is the informal one, the extracurricular one, whether it's something as simple as partying or music, drama, rowing, and other sports, clubs and groups and other special interests, or things like my personal favorites, since I was involved with them back in the day, the newspaper Arthur and Trent Radio and student government. All of these activities build social skills, self-confidence, self-awareness, the importance of teamwork, even the importance of failing as a learning opportunity. These are all the skills which will be vital as we face the changes and challenges in the world ahead of us. But as we all know, the current provincial government has been cutting back funding for education and research at all levels, and in our case, directly affecting the funding of universities in both their formal teaching program and also the extracurricular activities by making payment for those optional. Funding for the kind of learning that will be so desperately needed in the coming decades is being eroded. Both the formal side of learning, educating the mind, and the informal side of learning, educating the heart and the soul and social consciousness. So getting back to what President Groark asked me, what initiative would I like to pursue as Chancellor? Well, first, it's not just me. You are actually getting two for the price of one, since you will be receiving not only me as Chancellor, but also my wife, Linda Schuyler, an honorary alumnus who is looking forward to this with great anticipation. And in fact, she has been studying Michelle Obama's book because someone joked that she was becoming First Lady. I met Linda some 40 years ago when I was a young entertainment lawyer, and she came into my office seeking some advice on acquiring the rights to a very low-budget short film that she wanted to make. That short film turned out to be the first of a series of short films, which she later called as a group, The Kids of Degrassi Street, and of course led to the creation of over 500 episodes of different worldwide iterations of Degrassi that Linda and I have worked on over the past 40 years with a goal of being both entertaining and relevant, never shying away from the real issues that we all, youth in particular, but we all face every day. Well, Degrassi may be fictional, but in real life, we are indeed facing a plethora of issues. So what will Linda and I do? We want to visit the campus regularly, sometimes just us, sometimes together with others, meet with the students, and particularly with the various extracurricular groups, both to provide assistance in fundraising for these organizations, but also to increase awareness of how vital the groups and organizations are, so that incoming students and their parents know these programs should really be thought of not as optional, but rather as core to the Trent learning experience and deserve to be paid for. It may be a small step for us to take, an incremental way to contribute, but we feel passionately it is an important one. In closing, and as an aside, you might ask where the phrase, "a new hope" comes from. Well, I'm a nerd in nerd's clothing, and that explains the green shoes that are on so many of the on the stage here. I love colored running shoes. I've been wearing them all my life, and so we were surprised by an entire set of green shoes for the people. Here I am here. A New Hope comes from Star Wars, which first came out in 1977. And even though then it was the first movie in the series, time-wise, it was actually the middle of the story. And so it was entitled Star Wars, Episode 4, A New Hope. That is how I think of you, of us, a small group of rebels whose mission is to save the world, if not the universe. If as alumni you are able to return to Trent to help Linda and me and everyone here carry out the founding principles of Trent, I encourage you to do so. But whether you are able to or not, let us all always remember what our job really is: saving the world, being a new hope. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor Stone. We very much look forward to your term as Chancellor. Professor David Newhouse will now introduce the honor song.
Before all words can be spoken, we bring greetings to all of creation. We give thanks for the return of the sun and the light and warmth that it brings. Mr. Chancellors, Mr. President, honored guests, graduates, in the custom of the first peoples of this land, we offer the sound of the drum and our voices to honor our mother, the earth. We send our profound and deepest thanks to all of creation. We greet the world with humility and embrace the richness and diversity and wonder that is life. In the Anishinaabe teachings, the sound of the drum represents the original sound of creation. The heartbeat of creation reverberates still throughout the universe and infuses our being with life. We sound the drum to connect us with all of creation, to honor and to celebrate life, and to remember to live with humility and kindness among all living beings. We offer these words of praise for those who are graduating this day. We offer these words of thanksgiving to those who have made this accomplishment possible. We offer these words of respect and honor to those who have come before us and who have brought dignity to our lives. We offer these words to remind us of the 7 grandfather, 7 grandmother teachings to live with respect, kindness, honesty, sharing, courage, and strength. We offer these words of thanksgiving and farewell to our former Chancellor. We offer these words of welcome to our new Chancellor. And we offer the song to accompany you on your travels. And may you travel well, and may your lives be filled with grace and dignity. We offer this song as a song of hopes that the Raptors may repeat history. Mr. Chancellors, Mr. President, honored guests, graduates, I have the pleasure of presenting Unity and the Honor Song. And Mr. Chancellor, former Unity has requested that you come forward and stand with them. We ask you to join us, Mr. Chancellor, so that you may feel the force of the song, and may the force be with you. Unity will sing Men's Warrior Song, and this song honors the power we all carry inside of us.
Well,
ask you to remain standing just for a few more minutes. Songs are powerful in Indigenous cultures. They are passed from generation to generation and are brought out in times of change and celebration. Some mark the passage of time, some ask us to consider the future, some help us to live in the present. Songs bring worlds together. This song is at least 100 years old. It's a traveling song to accompany our Chancellor on his travels and to help and guide our new Chancellor as he navigates what is now a new Trent. And I would invite all of you who know the song to join as Unity sings. And thank you, Unity. You may be seated.
You can tilt your hat too. You hold your hats up high. There you go. Good. And then to each other. And then to each other. Turn. Yes. Very good. High five. Yeah. And then back to us here to the photographer. Yeah.
You're right in this camera, gentlemen. Perfect.
Yeah.
Everything's good, everything's good. Catherine, you like it?
Yep.
Wonderful. And with this camera's back up. Thumbs up, maybe. One more thumbs up. Thank you,
Thank you, Unity, and thank you to our celebrity chancellors. As we come to the end of the ceremony, it's time to thank a few people. And this, I would note, this is the 10th convocation ceremony at Trent University this week. And putting on the convocation ceremonies is a mammoth accomplishment. It takes a lot of people, a veritable army of people to do it. And I would just like to single out a couple of people kind of as representative of that group and thank them. The first person, I have a couple of people in mind I'd like to thank, is David Newhouse. Could you please stand? David introduces the honor song at almost every convocation. And what's truly remarkable is not just that he's done it this year or last year. David has been introducing the honor song since 1993. Could I have a round of applause for what he's done for convocation? Thank you, David. And I'd like to recognize Stephen Kiley. Stephen, if you could stand. Stephen Kiley is chair of the board of Trent University. He served for 7 years as a member of the board. He's very well known locally in Peterborough at one point was awarded Citizen of the Year in Peterborough. During his 2 years as board chair, he's dealt with many difficult issues and led us to many successes. Maybe the most significant is the establishment of a new $30 million building for academics and residences at the Durham campus. But today I want to recognize him because he's part of what we call the 100% Club. Since he became chair of the board, he has attended 100% of the convocations at Trent University. Please, a warm round of applause for Stephen Tyler. Thank you, Stephen. We're almost at the end of the ceremony. Please note that there will be a reception in the atrium of the Student Center following the ceremony. The processions will lead the stage following the singing of O Canada, and I would ask you to remain standing if you are able until the processions have departed. Chancellors Tapscott and Stone, I now call upon you to dismiss convocation.
Well, Chancellor Stone, as outgoing Chancellor, I wish you the very best. And I really hate to leave you, baby, but it's time to go. I am personally inspired by your New Hope theme. And saving the planet may sound ambitious, but what's the alternative? So Godspeed and heartfelt best wishes.
Thank you, my friend. And I couldn't be more proud and happy to have it be you who is passing the sword on to me. It's a real honor. Thank you, Don.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Convocation is now dismissed. You want to do that again? Is now
Yeah, one more time.
Yeah. Practice makes perfect. Convocation is now dismissed.
Tonight I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive, and the world I'm turning inside out. Yeah, I'm floating around in ecstasy. So don't stop me now. start leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, go, go. There's no stopping me. I'm burning through the sky, yeah. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I wanna make a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a call. Don't stop me now. I'm having a good time. Don't stop me now. Yes, I'm having a good time. I don't wanna stop at all. Yeah. I'm a rocket ship on my way to Mars on a collision course. I am a satellite. I'm out of control. I'm a sex machine ready to reload like an atom bomb. About to explode. I'm burning through the sky. Yeah. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I'm gonna make a supersonic woman of you. Don't stop me, don't stop me, don't stop me. Hey, hey, hey! Don't stop me, don't stop me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Have a good time, good time. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a call. Don't stop me now. I'm having a good time. Don't stop me yes, now. I'm having a good time. I don't wanna stop at all.
Mama call, see you on TV. Sunset shit done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I wouldn't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. They was never friendly, yeah. Now I'm jumping out of Bentley, yeah. And I know I sound dramatic, yeah. But I knew I had to have it, yeah. For the money, I'm a savage, yeah. I be itching like I had it, yeah. I'm surrounded 20 bad bitches, yeah. But they didn't know me last year, yeah. Everyone wanna act like they in Paul.